Hey everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at the 21-liter day pack from Dsptch in Ballistic Nylon. And this is a bag that I've had my eye on for quite a while now. I've always heard great things about Dsptch's products. This is actually my first experience with their bags, and the day pack in particular had always really appealed to me just because of the aesthetic, the mixture of features that it seemed to offer. It just seemed like a very well-rounded and useful bag, and so in this video I'm going to be talking about what it's been like to use this over the past couple of weeks. I'll show you how I've loaded it out, walk through all the features, and I'll also talk about how it compares to some of the other similar bags that are currently on the market. Before jumping into the video, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the overall aesthetic, the appearance here is a really interesting mixture. On the one hand, it's got a modern techie vibe similar to what you might expect to find on an airbag, but it also has some of the functionality that I've typically found on something like a North Face bag. So it kind of gives you the best of both worlds as far as offering something that's modern, sleek, and versatile enough to use in an urban setting, to take into an office setting. It's got a very clean appearance, but it has a little bit more of that functionality that some of the modern bags feel like they're missing nowadays. So that's also just going to give you some additional usefulness for when you're traveling or going into the outdoors. As far as the materials, the bag feels very solidly built, premium materials all throughout. This exterior fabric is a 1680D ballistic nylon that feels like it's going to hold up well to rougher usage and also provide a nice amount of weather resistance. I've used this fabric a lot over the years, and so far I've had great experiences with it. It's held up really well. One of the things that I was impressed by with this bag is that it actually comes in at under 3 pounds. So in addition to being rugged, it doesn't feel like the bag itself is adding a ton of weight. Beyond that, you have just really solid feeling buckles, straps all throughout, and then some great YKK zippers. Continuing along the outside of the bag, I was happy to see that you have two external water bottle pockets. These offer a pretty good amount of space. According to the company's site, they should be able to handle a 32-ounce water bottle. Currently what I have here is a 26-ounce Yeti Rambler, and that's able to fit in there pretty easily. I like that these expand outwardly so they don't feel like they're taking up a ton of space from the main area. That might feel a little bit different with the 32-ounce water bottle, but in general, nice amount of space. They are a little bit on the shallow side, so if you have a taller water bottle, that's something you want to keep in mind. But one of the nice things is that you do have these compression straps paired with the water bottle, so if you want to use it to store something taller or maybe put a tripod in here, you have these compression straps that you can tighten, and they also have these great G-hooks that make it easy to release and then reattach. So really just well thought out design. You have that same sort of layout on both sides, and then you also have a D-ring on the exterior that will allow you to attach additional accessories with something like a carabiner. On the bottom of the bag, you have a couple of compression straps. These don't have the G-hook, so they don't open up completely, but they do loosen up to give you enough space to store a tripod here or maybe a jacket. While we're looking at the compression straps, you may be wondering how well does the bag stand up on its own? And I have to say, so far it's been pretty inconsistent, unfortunately. You'll notice that the bag doesn't have a super rigid shape, which is always one of the things that really helps bags stand up very well on their own. The bottom feels like it has a little bit more rigidity or reinforcement, but still, with the way that the compression strap buckles can sometimes hit the ground and with the way that the weight can be distributed across the bag, I haven't had a ton of luck. If things were distributed properly, I suppose it could stand up on its own, but it's just not something that I can just set and forget in the way that I can other bags. And then at the top of the bag, you have a pretty nice handle. It's not quite as thick as some of the ones that we've seen on other premium day bags, but in general, this feels like a rugged material. You have kind of a rubber accent here, and I like how much this comes up to just make it really easy to grab this. And then moving into the capacity, the bag comes in at about 22 liters, which is a really great daily bag size in my opinion. I was able to hold all the items that I normally like to carry with me, and it didn't feel like the bag was super stuffed, so I still had a little bit of extra capacity. And then I like that even when the bag is a little bit more packed out, it never feels overwhelmingly bulky. It still manages to maintain pretty slim profile, which made it great for navigating crowded areas, jumping onto public transit, and carrying onto pretty much any domestic or international airline. Taking a look at the harness system, so far the bag has been really comfortable to wear. I like how the straps have been implemented here. They have plenty of padding and it feels really soft and comfortable right out of the box. On the inside, it has this nice breathable fabric that's going to help prevent moisture from building up. And then the straps also have a nice width to help prevent the bag from digging into your shoulders when it's a little bit more packed out. At the top, you have some load lifters that'll give you the ability to, pull the weight closer to your back or just tweak how the bag rests on your shoulders. For a bag of this size, I probably would have preferred to leave these off, as they just kind of add complication that I don't think is necessary given the comfort of the straps and the size, but I know some people really like those, and I really appreciate the strap management that's included on these load lifters, so it still maintains a pretty tidy look. And then beyond that, you have a couple of loops here that you can use to maybe hang your sunglasses or clip on a bike light or something with a carabiner. And then you also have an adjustable and removable sternum strap to help distribute the weight that has a really cool quick release magnetic buckle. A couple of final notes on the straps. You don't really have any strap management at the bottom, and you do have the ability to release the strap via these buckles that they have here, which I thought was interesting because you can't really tuck the straps away. So I don't know if this is maybe more to secure the bag somewhere, maybe while it's sitting next to you at a table or something like that. So not something that I really used with this bag, but you do have the ability to release either side. And then there's also these little D-rings here. I don't know if this is meant to pair with some of the other accessories in Dsptch's ecosystem. Didn't really use these, but they are there if you need to use them. And then moving into the back paneling, this has also been pretty comfortable. You have a nice amount of padding that's well distributed all throughout the back, and the same breathable material that we saw on the straps. The padding here isn't quite as robust as the one that's on the shoulder straps, and you don't really have any sort of deep air channels, which I typically like to just give you a little bit more airflow. But for the most part, the bag has felt really comfortable, even as I've been wearing it for a longer period of time. And then you also have a luggage pass-through included with the bag that is removable, and this is going to be great for allowing you to rest this on a suitcase while traveling to save some weight on your back. Jumping into the organizational options, the bag has a nice variety of pockets distributed throughout. Starting off on the front, you have a zippered quick access pocket with a vertically oriented zipper, which is going to be nice for swinging the bag around. You can reach in and grab something without having to take it all the way off. It has a nice reverse coil zipper here. And you got a little bit of a zipper garage at the top to give you that extra bit of protection from the elements. And so diving in, this offers a pretty good amount of volume, which isn't always the case with some of these front pockets. So you're still able to fit something a little bit bulkier, like a pouch or a pair of sunglasses. Here I have my Tom Bin Ghost Will pouch, but definitely more than enough space for a variety of items there. And then on the inside, you have a little carabiner that's going to be a good spot to attach your keys or a multi-tool. And then you have a couple of elastic bands here that are going to be great for EDC type items and also for cables that you're going to be grabbing regularly throughout the day. So at the moment I have a flashlight clipped in there as well as one of my pens. And I think this is a pretty cool addition. This is one of those things that I always like in theory. I don't end up using it that much because a lot of my stuff is in pouches, but it stays out of the way if you don't want to use it. And then at the bottom of the compartment, you have an additional mesh zippered pocket that's about this tall, so it offers a good amount of space. One thing with these pockets that are placed down near the bottom, when they have a zipper, I struggle to easily access these sometimes. I've seen this with something like the Evergood CP-L24, which has a similar pocket on the bottom. So I like that because it's zippered, it helps keep things in place and not falling out, as if it was just a regular slip pocket. But it's not always as easy to get down. It might have been nice to have the zipper go a little bit lower, which would have sacrificed some of the security of preventing things from falling out. So some of the trade-offs that come with bag designs. Regardless, I'm glad that this pocket is here. It's going to be great for storing some of the tech items that I'm typically carrying, like my phone charger with a wall brick, as well as my Apple AirPods Pro. On the back of the bag, you have a dedicated laptop compartment, which I really like. This makes it very easy to get to your device during the day and if you're traveling. One nice touch here is that the zipper pull is red, making it very easy to identify the compartment. And so this is a top-loading laptop area. It's got a nice amount of padding. It is suspended off the bottom of the ground, which is great. So when you drop your laptop in there, it's not gonna make contact. So it just always gives me a little bit more peace of mind. And you have plenty of space here. I was able to fit my large 15-inch Acer laptop. It's pretty bulky. It feels like it has a larger footprint than most of the modern 16-inch laptops. So definitely plenty of space here. Then you have a little Velcro to allow you to access the frame sheet if needed. And then you can see that this comes up a decent amount, so even if you have a thicker laptop like I had, fit in there comfortably, or if you want to use a case with your laptop, you can do so as well. But with the padding that's offered here and the fact that it's pulled up off the bottom of the ground, it really feels like my device is going to be very well protected while I'm running around throughout the day. And then taking a look at the main compartment, this is a top-loading bag. The zippers do go down a good amount, so you can still take advantage of the majority of the volume offered in this main area. And at 22 liters, again, you have a pretty good amount of space, especially with the simpler layout of the bag. It's able to handle some bulky items well. Currently, I have it loaded out with the typical stuff that I feature in my videos. You can see that it's pretty full. There's still a little bit of space here if I wanted to add maybe an additional jacket or other accessories. Diving into what I currently have here at the top, I have my Beat Studio wireless headphones, I have my packable rain jacket, I have my alpaca admin pouch, then I have the Air Pro Tech Kit, which I've been using a lot. Then I have the Evergood Civic Access pouch, 1 liter, as well as the 2 liter all the way down at the bottom. And so now with the compartment empty, you can see just how much this comes up, which is what helps it handle those bulkier items well. It would also allow this to work quite well as a minimal travel bag. If I wanted to toss in a packing cube, my dop kit, an extra pair of shoes, I would easily be able to use this for a weekend trip. And then taking a look at the back of the compartment, you have a couple of additional sleeves that would be good for a tablet, an e-reader, a folder. At the bottom here, you have one. This isn't padded per se or anything like that, but a nice area to separate some stuff out. And then you have one behind that, which has a magnetic buckle. So this is pretty nice. This is a little bit more padded and rigid than the slip pocket at the bottom, so it does feel like it's going to offer a little bit more protection. It's also pulled up off the bottom of the ground. So in my case, I have an iPad mini in here, but this should be able to hold a full-size 10 or 11-inch tablet comfortably and also offer a good amount of protection, which is great to see for your secondary devices. And then on the front of this main area, you have one additional zippered mesh pocket. Dsptch uses this really nice, high-quality feeling mesh, and it's got a good volume, so it is able to handle something a little bit larger. At the moment, I have my bulkier sunglasses case here, and that fit in there easily, but a great spot for EDC, tech items, medicines, anything that you don't want falling down into the bottom of the bag that you want to reach a little bit more easily. So overall, really like the layout and space offered in this main area, and just how everything is laid out throughout the bag. Very well designed. And I've just been really impressed. I can see why this bag has been so popular over the years. And if you're looking for a versatile, everyday carry bag that's going to keep your stuff organized and protected, this is going to be a great option to take a look at. And so to wrap up, it's been a great experience testing out the Daypack from Dsptch over the past couple of weeks. You can currently purchase this on the company's site. The Ballistic Nylon version that I have here is going to come in at around $210, so definitely a bit of an investment. You are, however, getting a really well-built bag with a nice feature set that's also going to compare well against some of the other similar bags in this price range. And so as I was testing this out, the first bag this made me think of is the Air CityPack Pro, which has been one of my favorite tech bags of the past couple of years. Very solidly built. Like this one, it has a pretty sleek, modern aesthetic, very comfortable harness system, really good laptop protection, nice organization all throughout. One of the key differences with that is that it does have a clamshell style opening, so it opens fully flat, which may make it a little bit easier to pack out, particularly if you want to use it for travel. At around 24 liters, it may also offer a little bit more space, although the 21 liters of the Daypack is pretty spacious in general. So, both of them are just very solid. They remind me a lot of each other, but if you're looking for something that's going to offer maybe a little bit more organization or that's going to give you that clamshell style opening, then the CityPack Pro is going to be one of the best options to take a look at. Another bag this made me think of is the Evergood CPL24. I've been a really big fan of that bag over the years, particularly the latest iteration with the new fabric and the improved harness system. Just a really versatile bag. At 24 liters, it's going to be a little bit bigger than this, and it also has a clamshell style opening, which may be good if you want to use it for minimal travel, for easier packing. It doesn't have the external water bottle pockets of this bag here, but it does have really good laptop protection. The organizational layout on Evergood's bags is some of the best of any that I've seen on the market. And so, just a really solid bag. I really like the subdued crossover aesthetic of the CPL24, and it's also offered in a couple of different sizes now. So there's a 28 liter size and a smaller 16 liter size, depending on what your needs are. But for me, the 24 liter is really the sweet spot. And if you're looking for something, very durable, versatile, if you don't care as much about the water bottle pockets, that's gonna be an excellent option to take a look at. And then the last option that I'll mention here is the packed day bag, which has really surprised me a lot with how much I've continued to use it since it's come out. Just as a really functional layout, it's got dual external water bottle pockets, really nice organizational pockets that are just spacious, easy to use, a separate dedicated laptop compartment. It's got a pretty comfortable harness system, luggage pass-through, so it checks off a lot of the same boxes as this one here. It's gonna have maybe a more kind of heritage or simple aesthetic, pretty subdued, kind of like Evergoods' bags, but I really like that. It feels durable, it looks good. It doesn't feel quite as spacious as this bag here. It feels a little tighter, even though it's listed at 22 liters, but if you like packs aesthetics, if you're just looking for something durable with a really good layout, then that's gonna be another great option to keep in mind. With that being said, the Dsptch Daypack holds up very well against all those options, and if you're looking for a super functional, durable, everyday carry bag that's gonna offer a nice organizational layout and plenty of comfort, and this is gonna be an excellent option to take a look at. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you all think of the Daypack from Dsptch and how it compares to some of the other popular tech and EDC bags that are currently on the market. And if there's any similar options that you think that I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank the company for sending the bag for me to test out, and to you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.